Hi there, Ken Bogeman here with SG Advantage, and in this video we're going to go over accepting and negotiating property assignments in the SG Advantage system. So what's going to happen is the general contractor is going to send you an assignment. What that means is that there's a property out there that they want to go ahead and assign to you, but you ultimately have the decision as to whether or not you're going to accept that routing. And what'll happen is you'll get an email that'll look just like this that says that you've been given the assignment of lot clear for 5730 Wise Avenue. Pricing is per hour. You should have about 4 hours to do it, and you should head on over to the website and check that out. So what you're going to do is going to go to sgadvantage.com, log in to your database, enter in username, password, get signed in, and on your dashboard you're going to see that property assignment here, and you'll see also that there's this a little notification here saying you have one property assignment that needs to be reviewed. So you can take a look at that, and whether there's one or whether there's a whole bunch, it will just depend on how many properties and how many services are potentially being assigned to you. So you log in, and in this example, we're going to say that you've got 4 assignments for lot clear, lot de-ice, walk clear, and walk de-ice for 5730 Wise. So what'll happen is you get logged in, you'll see that, going over to our assignments, and you'll be able to see all of the assignments here. All of them are in the pending status right here. What pending means is that the general contractor has assigned them to you and to see if you're going to accept them. And you'll also see here, this is a per occurrence pricing is going to be over here, and per occurrence has this little yellow button that we'll talk about in a second. The hourly you'll see is over here, and basically this top line just tells you, what the pay type is for this particular assignment. So let's go ahead and talk about the lot clear here. This one says services are to be performed hourly, should have about 4 hours to do the job. There's no rate to negotiate here. If you recall, when you set up your service capacity, you had entered in your hourly rates there, and so that has already been done. So really all that's left to do here is either accept or decline this route. So we're going to go ahead and say accept at this point, and yes, you accept assignment. So now that assignment shows up here in our assignments window as accepted. So we're going to now, on this walk clear, we're going to say, okay, well, this one, for whatever reason, you don't want to do this. So we're going to go ahead and decline that. And you can either cancel out and go back, or you can decline. And when you do the decline option, then it disappears from your assignments. So now you don't have to worry about that anymore because it's gone. You've said no. And each step along the way, the general contractor gets a notification to say whether you accepted or declined. So they're in the loop as to what's happening. So now let's go ahead and let's talk about per occurrence. So on these per occurrence ones here, you can either accept or decline just like before. However, there's this yellow counter button here. So this can be used to present a counter offer to the general contractor. It can be used to present a bid to the general contractor, kind of however that needs to be done for the contractor and subcontractor relationships there that are established for you and the general contractor. So what's happened here is the general contractor has proposed a price of $450. So let's say you think, okay, well, I want to make a lower bid on that because I really want this property, and I can be more cost effective. You can hit counter. You can put a lower price in there. Or if this is just not a high enough number and you need more, then you can hit counter and put a bigger number in there. In this case, we're going to go ahead and click on counter, and we're going to put a slightly larger number in there. So then we're going to hit send and counter offer. And when you do that, this will show up as in negotiation on your window. And then what'll happen is on the general contractor side, they'll get a notification here that says that, they had initially offered $450, and then you've made a counter offer at $475. So for this example, we're going to say that the general contractor has said, okay, we'll go ahead and go with the $475. So they edit that on their side, and it comes back to you at $475, at which point you can accept, decline, or make another counter. And this process can go back and forth as many times as necessary. to make sure that you guys get to an agreement that works for everybody. And one nice thing is we track every time there's a ping back and forth. The system does track that. So later on, if you would like to take a look at the negotiation history on a particular property assignment, we do have that data available. So once you roll through and you go ahead and take care of all of these assignments that are in here that have got actions that are required from you, then you can go ahead and log back in. Come on over to our agreement section, and if you look at your Schedule A by clicking the little download button here, it will pull in the assignments that you've accepted. Service level is identified here on the left, and then the property name or description is here. Service type. Shared service means that you are either entirely responsible for the property or you're sharing those responsibilities with somebody else. In this case, you are not sharing responsibilities with somebody else. So a shared service is more likely to occur on a very large property where there may be multiple contractors working there. In this case, nope, this is not shared, it's just you. There are no additional service requirements necessary on this property, and the rate here is going to be either a per occurrence rate or it'll be identified as being paid by the hour. So you notice that the walk clear that we had declined earlier is not on here because we declined it. So the point there being is if you decline a service, it will not show up on your Schedule A. The only services that will show up on your Schedule A are ones that you have agreed to. So that is the short and skinny of this Schedule A. Some things to remember is you must e-sign your independent contractor agreement before accepting any assignments that'll show up on the Schedule A. All negotiations are time-stamped and archived. The scope of work information will be available after you've accepted it in your portal. You'll be able to get to that with no problems. And then the scope of work is available 24/7 in your reports section as well, should you need to reference that at any other time. Whew, okay, that was a fast one and a lot of information. Hopefully that all made sense to you. If you have any questions, go ahead and reach out to the contractor you're working with or reach out to us. We're at www.sgadvantage.com, area code 314-474-9977, or find us at linkedin.com/company/sg-advantage.